Welcome. In front of me is a REALME P3, and today I'll be showing you how you can bypass the Google verification on this device. So, you can see that on my end I do need to verify the device before I can finish up the setup. We have the little lock icon right here. I have a pattern as a verification, and if I close this I have Google as verification. So obviously the device is locked. Now for this process, unfortunately, we will need a second phone. I'll be using just some Motorola that we have lying right here in the company. But you can use virtually almost, and I do want to point out almost, any kind of Android device as long as it's running Android 12 and it's not like the cheapest phone you can possibly find. Some of the cheaper devices will have draw over other apps disabled, and therefore this won't work. Now this one will work just fine, though. Let me just make it a little bit brighter. And why is it this pissy yellow color? Let me just quickly try to fix this because it's just annoying me right here. Vivid display, text size, no. Color default, nightlight, is that it? Ah, there we go. So now we got it off. Okay, so anyway, you will need a second phone and also just access to Play Store. So you can see I am already signed in here, so I will be able to download applications, no problem. This will come in handy later on. So let's set this to the side for now. Now on our locked device, you want to progress, if you're at the very beginning, progress forward till you get to the Wi-Fi connection page and just sign in to your network. And then you're gonna back out to the... No. Oh, there we go. To the second page where you get to select your language, click on emergency call, and then type in this code, *899, and you're gonna press #. The moment you do, it takes us to this test mode or whatever it's called, and in here we want to select manual test. Then in this menu right here, on a swipe to the side, select your camera. And from camera, you're gonna select camera test. This opens up just a camera, just kind of showcase this. You can see this is right now camera. So all we're gonna do is just take a photo. As you can see, I do have a photo now. Now we're gonna click on it and agree and continue. And next, we want to select share. We're gonna choose Google search image. So you wanna just click on that. It's gonna attempt to look for image. I believe we can actually skip the steps that are in the guide, which you probably have in the description on our website, as it tells us to do the 3 dots and then privacy policy and so on. But I think we can just search for literally our right here, HardReset.Info. Let's see if I'm correct. Slash bypass. At least I think that's what we will need, right? Continue without an account. Yep, look at that, and it worked. So let me... one more thing. If you're using our website to kind of go along with this, which you totally can, be very mindful. For some reason, our website has absolute amount of dog shit malware, I would almost say. I might work here, but I definitely do condemn this trash. So sometimes when you try to go to the next page, it will download Opera Setup without your permission. Be very mindful, delete that trash right away. Anyway, let's try that again. So, in here, let's select consent. Same thing goes here. We just have a new page open without our consent as well. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna start scrolling down in here to the settings app, click on it, and this redirects us to the actual settings. In here, you will want to navigate to the home screen and lock screen. Select home screen layout, and this glitches the phone and brings us to the actual home screen. Before you go clicking off thinking that the device is locked, we're not done yet. We're barely halfway. And you can see that we have still this lock right here that indicates that the phone is locked. And for phone's purpose, what it considers, it's still in a setup process. Additionally, we don't have the recent and home button yet because the device is in setup process. So now we're gonna just swipe to the left. We're gonna look for, there we go, Tools folder, and you wanna open the Clone Phone application. Next, select that this is a new device and allow everything that it shows up with. Select that the other phone is under Android, or if you have Oppo, Realme, or OnePlus, you can select that as the other device. For me, it's a Motorola, so it's other Android. It generates a QR code. Now for the people that have the Oppo, OnePlus, or Realme, all you need to do is just find the same kind of application, Phone Clone, on your home screen. It's also going to be in a Tools folder as well, just like it was right here. But for the people that are using other Android, like I am, we need to go into our Play Store and simply search for it. Phone Clone. And we're looking for, you can choose either OnePlus, Oppo, if there is no Realme. So I don't know if this is the one, probably not. So I'm just gonna select either one of those. Both of them will work. They're, like I said, the same. They're the same company. That's why you have them on Oppo, Realme, and OnePluses, and you don't need to download this application on these devices. Technically different brands, but one big parent company. So I'm gonna choose, I just go with Oppo, whatever. Install. Next, we're gonna open it up, agree and continue, scan the QR code, okay. Insufficient battery, well, that's annoying. Let's see if I plug it in, hopefully that will solve it. Crossing my fingers. Yes, and it did. Now, one thing that you'll see is this kind of moronic kind of wording, deauthorize. So to give permission for Phone Clone to use specific things, we first need to deauthorize it, which begs the question of why are we deauthorizing it when we need to authorize it. Anyway, you can select while using the app or always. And here we have our camera now. So just point it at the QR code right here. There we go. And again, deauthorize, allow while using the app, settings, and find the Phone Clone app or Clone Phone. Toggle this setting on, go back twice, turn on. I think that's all we need. Connect. And you can see that we are right now, one of the devices has a hotspot, I think it's this one, and this phone is connected to this hotspot of this phone, which is how we're gonna be transferring data. In here, deselect everything, apart from apps, so keep the apps selected, click on next, settings, toggle on, go back, again click next, and at the bottom you'll find the applications. I'm going to deselect all of them now, click on the text itself, and then find the smallest size of application you possibly can. So you just kind of start scrolling through it till you find something that has, for instance, like 10 megabytes or something along those lines. Oh, even better, kilobytes. So I do have Facebook on here, and that has 205 kilobytes. So that's even better. If you can't find anything in kilobytes, just find whatever is like megabytes. Like I have RAR, for instance, it's 9.5. The smaller, the better. Anyway, next we're gonna click on OK. And next, again, deauthorize, allow, start migrating, and it's already finished. Now, it might take you longer. I just happen to have Facebook on here, which weighs almost nothing, so it went like instantly. But in your case, if it's like megabytes, it might take you several seconds, depending on how many megabytes you have. Anyway, this phone is now done. That's all we needed it for, so we can just close it up, lock it, and get rid of it. Now moving back to our device right here, you can see that it copied one application. You can tap on the drop-down menu and migration complete. Select resume. Migration successful, one item. Now I want to point out one thing. For you, it might say that it failed. It doesn't matter. If it failed or succeeded, there is no difference. We don't care about the application itself, we just care what happens when we attempt to, after we do the migration. There is a process that happens after the migration is completed, which you will see right about now. And what you can see right now is that we are in the next page of the setup. We got taken back to the setup of our device, but we skipped the page where we need to verify the screen lock or the Google account. So now we can select skip right here and select later, more, agree, done. It started, and boom, here's our home screen. Now again, we're still not done just yet. There's one last thing that I wanted to do to fully unlock this phone, and that would be to navigate into the settings right here, scroll, main settings, there we go, and scroll down to system and update, backup reset, reset phone, erase all data, and then select clear. Now I'm not going to click on this. I actually do want to still record a separate video for this, so this would just add more time. But you want to do this because the device is still technically locked. It still has some remainders of the previous Google account and screen lock in somewhere deep in the settings. And the only way you can get rid of it is by performing a factory reset of the device specifically through settings. When doing it through settings, it forces the device to remove any kind of protection. It's kind of wonky because even though it's still here and you're doing the reset, it checks if you have right now currently set screen lock or Google account, which we don't. As you can see, I can unlock it without anything. So because we don't, it automatically considers you to be the legitimate user of this device and therefore gets rid of everything. It's your phone, so you can reset it, right? So that's kind of how it looks at it. And when it resets it, it removes the previous kind of leftovers of the previous screen lock verification processes, and therefore becomes fully unlocked. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.